From the new home of the Atlanta Braves, MLB Network welcomes you to SunTrust Park. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Mike Soroka is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Braves. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Soroka has a chance to be a really good pitcher. You're talking about raw stuff. A big dude, too, with great leverage. Throws the ball on a downhill plane, upper to mid-90s fastball. Good, hard-breaking ball. I see him as a really premier starting pitcher down the road. Another in the list of long guys that we see in the game right now. Power arms, all he's lacking is experience.
And a chance now to check out the visiting Colorado Rockies. Dero, daytime road game for him. What you got?
Matty, I know I'm stating the obvious, but the middle of the order has to come through today. You got guys that are playing way above their pay grade on the periphery, and it's time for them to look and see the big boys do their job.
So the base is empty here with one away, and in to hit next the power hitting shortstop Trevor Story. Here's the first pitch to him. And that's by him. It's 0-1. Maybe a threat of a thunderstorm or two later on. Game time temperature here in even 90 degrees. Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya! A solo home run here off the bat of Trevor Story, and the Rockies are out to a 1-0 lead. What a blast that was. So here it is again, accompanied by Show Track. Great exit velocity, and the projected distance comes back at over 470 feet. An impressive thing to watch when it happened, and even more impressive to quantify with the numbers. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. The windup and the 0-1. And that's lifted the other way out to left. Inciarte is over, makes the play, and there are two gone now.
Batting fourth.
Now at the plate, Nolan Arenado, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. But it bends just foul into the second deck. 2 out, nobody on. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. But he'll get there as he flags it down just shy of the wall. And with that, the side is... And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The center fielder, Ronald Acuna.
And that's in there for a strike. Lifetime against this pitcher. He's 1 for 2. Chopper to short. Gonna be a tough play. And there's one down now. And time now to take a look at how these Braves are lined up in this one. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I really appreciate the tenacity that Ender Inciarte plays with. He's an imposing figure with a bat in his hands. Always seems to turn in a good at-bat, and he could do a lot of damage when he barrels up the ball.
So one away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring up the exciting Ozzie Albies. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Yeah, guys, the key to hitting in the big leagues is to hit off the heater, and this guy is obviously sitting something else.
Behind 0-2 now. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Woody Keller.
Woody Keller, this is my nightmare. He likes to call a pitch above the zone, above the belt. I know guys say
and we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Braves are set down 1-2-3. It remains 1-0. Coming to the plate now, Daniel Murphy. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Number 9, Daniel Murphy.
Here's the first pitch to him. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Inciarte's there, and that's the first out of the inning.
Batting 6, the second baseman.
So striding in, Ryan McMahon. Here comes the first pitch. Loud contact there, but it's well foul. The windup and the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Line toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and striding into the plate next will be Raimel Tapia. High in the air out to center field. Acuna is under this one. As he puts this one away, the side is retired. 1-2. Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Third baseman.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Donaldson, 33 years old. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
The next 0-2 is a fastball in off the plate for a ball. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
So here's how the Colorado Rockies are positioned defensively. And guys, can we lock in on the Gold Glover at third base? I've played this position. You got to do so many things. I mean, you have to have just the quickest hands, reacting on one-hop liners. You have to have the ability to take away the bunt, a la Adrian Beltre and Nolan Arenado. You better have a backhand, and not only that, you better have a strong throwing arm.
First offering on its way. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. On a big swing there from Markakis. He didn't get it to make it strike 2. One out, nobody on. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
He's really on a roll right now on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the last inning, and now he started this frame with the same story. 4 straight strikeouts and all.
Here's Ender Inciarte as he'll take a look at ball 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Good zip on that one as he just throws it by him for strike 1.
I mean, the obvious key right now is the movement on his two-seamer. He's able to spot it up in when he has to, and he's able to go backdoor.
Good slider there, gets a swing and miss.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
Popped him up. Arenado is there. And the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. Stepping up to the plate, Tony Walters, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Tony Walters.
Pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
So with your pitcher due up next, you can either have him bunt, or you can even think about having him show bunt to draw the corners in and then let him swing away. Depends on how much confidence they have in him with a bat in his hands.
Into the box, Kyle Freeland, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. Hit out towards second. Albies picks it up, and there's 1 away. Back to the top of the order now, and into bat next, the big-time RBI man, Charlie Blackmon. Here's the first pitch to him. Foul tip into the catcher's glove. It's strike 1.
0-1.
High in the air out to center field. Acuna on the move. But it's over his head, and it hops the wall for a ground rule double.
Now batting.
And this thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Trevor Story.
That last at-bat, that showed me something. It's not that easy to hit a changeup over 400-plus feet out of the ballpark. So this guy gets some good extension, strong wrist, and this guy's got some terrific bat speed.
Story is really a rare talent in this sport, a true 5-tool player, as they say, which means he can make an impact in a game at any time. Really a joy to watch, not someone you want to take your eye off of.
Yeah, this guy's worth the price of a ticket. Just to watch his tool set, but not only that, the way he grinds at the plate, the way he battles defensively, this guy is one of the true superstars in our game.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Acuna is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Rockies do get a run in the inning on this RBI double. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's now 2-0 Colorado. Here now it's the catcher Tyler Flowers. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home 3rd.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
The MO of this pitcher in the early going is certainly establishing the inside part of the plate. He has been dominant. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat if a guy can effectively, consistently pitch inside like he is.
Batting 8.
Stepping in for the Braves, Dansby Swanson. Lifetime versus this pitcher. He's been good. 6 for 9. He also has 1 home run. Has a look, now the pitch. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Not looking good after being down 0-2. I think at the very least you got to work this pitcher's count a little bit. Try and get back into a decent count where maybe you can come through.
Flowers aboard here at first with nobody out. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. So 1 gone for the Braves here in the 3rd, and Mike Soroka will bat next. And they'll try to stay out of the double play here as he lays this one down. To second for 1. Back to Murphy, not in time, and they'll get just the 1 out.
The center fielder.
The next to bat for Atlanta, Ronald Acuna. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the ground. That's part of what makes him successful.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Here's Nolan Arenado. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out. So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And up next, postseason record holder Daniel Murphy. Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya! A solo shot there for Daniel Murphy, and the Rockies have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
The batter, number 24.
Here's Ryan McMahon now.
Ryan
lifted
McMahon.
the other way out to left center. Inciarte on the run. But he can't get there, and it bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double.
Hey, there's a hard hit ball that was going to be down for extra bases. The ball had some spring on it, and it bounced over the wall, and the ground rule double puts him on second base without having to leg it out.
Stepping in now, Raimel Tapia. And he hits it hard to the right side. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with 1 away. So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. So 1 out here with runners at first and third. And that brings up the catcher, Tony Walters. He's set, and the pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And the run will cross on the sac fly and make it a 4-0 game.
That was a good controlled swing out of him there. And that's exactly what he was hoping to do. Get it into the outfield and pick up the RBI.
So a runner at first with 2 away. Up next, the Denver area native pitcher Kyle Freeland. Here's the first pitch to him. Popped up. And Donaldson will put this away, and that retires. Coming to the plate now, Ozzie Albies. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Into the corner and slicing foul. The next 0-2. Clips the inside corner for strike 3.
Boy, it's been a rough go through these middle innings so far. This offense right now really doesn't have an answer for anything that he's throwing. He's attacking up, down, in and out in the strike zone. He's been awfully dominant up to this point.
The windup and the 0-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Blackmon is under it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Up next for Atlanta.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Josh Donaldson. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
And he fouls this one off. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Another one sent foul. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for Atlanta. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Here's Charlie Blackmon now, hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance. First offering on its way. And right into the shift. This gets foul. It's 0-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Inciarte's there. 1 down. Digging in now, Trevor Story. First pitch of the at-bat. Launch to right field and deep. Back goes Markakis. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Settling in now, David Dahl. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. Ranging back is Inciarte. Booyah!
Hey, that's one of the toughest parts about standing out there on the bump. Giving up a long home run or giving up a bomb at any time as a pitcher. You just have to regroup and get back on that horse.
Into the box now, Nolan Arenado. As he lets it in the air to right field. Markakis will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Welcome back to SunTrust Park just outside of Atlanta as we send it down to check in with Heidi.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves offense with their manager Brian Snitker during the commercial break. And he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
I'd be shocked if you saw anything else but a fastball right here. He's blown those first 2 by him. Don't give this guy a chance to speed up his bat with something off speed.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch out. Nick Markakis is retired for the first out in the bottom half of the 5th. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
Hey, he's rolling so far in this one as we head into the middle part of this game. How about 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes? If he continues to do that, he just might finish this one.
Blackmon will put this one away, and that's out number 2. Into the box now, Tyler Flowers. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Sean Newcomb takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound. Here's Daniel Murphy now. They'll start things out now in the top half of the sixth.
It'll be interesting to see if they use that changeup in this at-bat. That last at-bat, that was a changeup he hit for a home run. I'm going to see if this time they don't go to more fastballs and curveballs.
Acuna has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
The batter, number 24.
Now at the plate, Ryan McMahon. He came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. The windup and the 0-1. Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya! A solo shot here to straightaway right field. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. Well, I'm not sure that ball's ever going to be found. It went so far. One of the most impressive home runs we've ever seen, and the show track numbers are just ridiculous. Get this, the projected distance registered at over 500 feet. Very few balls in history have reached that territory, so expect to see that one on highlight reels for a long time to come.
Now batting.
Standing in now, Raimel Tapia. Hit weekly back to the mound. On to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now. Digging in, Tony Walters. It was an RBI sac fly for him last time through. First delivery to him on the way. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike one. The 0-1 pitch. This is pulled into right. Markakis is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. They'll start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they face other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
And this one runs up high, ball 1. One and 2 now. Cervelli, a former Pittsburgh Pirate. He became a member of this team after signing as a free agent earlier this season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a 1-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ballgame.
The center fielder.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Ronald Acuna. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. No balls and 1 strike. Line towards center field. Tapia will get there, and he puts it away to retire. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with the report as we get set for the top of the 7th. Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Top to bottom, he said his guys have been picking on the right pitches to swing at, and they've done a nice job of using the whole field. He said that always seems to be a recipe for success, and their 7 extra base hits in this one are evidence that it has been.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Josh Tomlin comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. And therefore it is Markakis, and that's your first out.
Up next for Colorado.
So the Rockies lineup turns over, and to the plate, Charlie Blackmon. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. A swing, and he pulls it down the line and deep. Back goes Markakis. Gone. Big dog's gotta eat. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as this lead swells to 7-0. Fans are getting plenty of souvenirs today. That's the 5th ball we've seen clear the fence by just this one lineup alone.
Yeah, Matty, it's scorching out right now, and they always say when the weather gets hot, the ball starts traveling. Dan, what's your take?
That's exactly what happens, D-Road. Come out of spring training in a lot of the places. It's a little damp, it's a little cold, but when it starts to heat up and get hot and humid, it definitely plays right into the...
And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
You never want to beat a pitcher that breaks a guy out of a slump, but this guy was too good. You knew it was a matter of time before he started barreling baseballs. That gives him a multi-hit game, and I'm sure he's feeling good about it.
In now, David Dahl, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here comes the 0-1. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. And the Rockies just keep right on rolling as this ought to be extra bases again. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And now they'll get him at third base. Trying to move up further, but a run is already across to score. 2 away now in the Colorado 7th. And in next, it'll be the perennial MVP candidate, third baseman Nolan Arenado. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit down the third baseline. But a foul ball here, 0-1. All over that one, but a little out in front, foul ball. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Looking up is Inciarte. Nolan Arenado touches them all as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
It's getting pretty comical now. Their 6th home run of the game, and they're not done yet. They say hitting is contagious, and apparently that applies to the long ball. It's looking like batting practice out there.
Anthony Swarzak enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Anthony.
Stepping in now, Daniel Murphy. He swings and grounds it to short. Backhanded. And how about that right out of the bullpen? A ground ball. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
This guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You could just see he's awful confident attacking the strike zone, and when he comes off the mound at the end of the inning, looks like he stepped in a big old bucket of sassy.
Ready with another 0-2. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. High in the air out towards shallow right. Blackman is under it. 1 down.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie.
Standing in, Freddie Freeman. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Throw to Murphy's in time, and there are 2 gone now.
Oh, man, you can't hit a ball any harder than that. I mean, this ball gets on him in a heartbeat. Nice job to stay with it, though, and then make the out at first.
Digging in to try it again, Josh Donaldson. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ball game, and that'll end the inning. Down in order go the Braves. They're down. Striding in, Ryan McMahon. So far, 2 for 3 in this one.
Yeah, in his last at bat, he hit a changeup out for a home run. So it'll be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
Here comes the first pitch. Right side, hit hard. Oh, look at the stop by Freddie. He is out. And that's a huge play to keep the leadoff man off base.
The center fielder, Raimel.
So one gone for the Rockies here in the 8th. And striding into the plate next will be Raimel Tapia. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
On to first, and he's breezing through the 8th here with 2 quick outs.
Tony.
Ready once again, Tony Walters. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to shoot.
Well, the left fielder's on it, and that retires the side. Now batting, Nick Markakis. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
1-1. High in the air out towards shallow right. Blackman is under it. 1 out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Striding in once again, Ender Inciarte. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Hit down the line at first. Gloved by Murphy. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Up next for Atlanta.
At the plate, Tyler Flowers. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
I know it goes without saying, but the best pitch in baseball is getting ahead with a first pitch strike. That's why this guy's been able to stay in this game, pounding the zone.
Behind 0-2 now. Grounded weakly down the line toward third, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Here's another 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
And he's got another one. 13 strikeouts now, and the inning is over. Digging in, Kyle Freeland. He'll lead things off against the same reliever that finished off the last inning.
Well, you don't see in this day too many relievers going multiple innings, but guys have to earn that trust from their managers. We'll see how he handles it here.
Swanson scoops it up. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
The batter, the right fielder.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Charlie Blackmon head-to-head against Anthony Swarzak. He's gone 2 for 5. He's taken him deep once. First pitch on its way. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Acuna giving chase. He makes the running play. 2 down. And that brings in the power-hitting shortstop Trevor Story. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya. A solo shot here to left. His second home run of the game as they just continue to pour it on here. Into the box now, David Dahl. He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. Inciarte's there, and that ends the inning. Ready for another chance? Dansby Swanson starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. But these guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Popped up. Arenado waits on it. Makes the play, one away. Adeiny Echeverria will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Hitting for the Braves, number 24, Adeiny Echeverria.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball one. Swung right over the top of that one as this is a little dribbler out in front of the mound. On the first, and that means the Braves are now down to their final out. Now at the plate, Ronald Acuna. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one. They've done a real nice job keeping this guy into wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit out towards second. Throw to first here will be in time for the final out, and the Rockies get a complete game shutout from their starter as this ball game is over.
Hey, not many pitchers can brag about throwing a one-hit complete game, so hats off for him. But as a pitcher, I know he's going to wonder, like, what might have been. So close to a no-hitter, but it wasn't meant to be. That's baseball for you.
10-0, the final shutout score in this one. The Rockies scored 10 runs on the way to victory. Kyle Freeland is credited with the win. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian. We all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
The final line score for the ball game this afternoon.